Go ahead, Todd.
That's like one of those commercials that starts, it has about 3 seconds of a 30-second commercial. They go right into the second one. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Today, we're going over the market statistics for the Greater Phoenix Metropolitan Housing Area ending on May 8th today. Taking a look at the numbers, 76 days of closed days on market, a 1.86 month supply. Our absorption rate is at 53.67. Average list price at $811,000 this past week. Average sale price this past week at $560,000. Our list price to sale price retention, 97.7. Taking a look at active inventory, down just a little bit again, 12,849. Pending is sitting at 4675. Closed at 1609 month to date. New listings, we only took 1,763, but that was a little bit better than we did last week, so all's good there. 95 and a half days closed on days on market for active and 70 days for closed. Taking a look at our price ranges, the under $500,000 market is continuing to shrink, being that most of the prices that are coming on the market are going to be in the $500 $1 million market. So we're not that far off, but we're still contracting inventory wise. We were at, just quick glances, 21,500 active listings in March and in December, and we're now down to 12.8. So looking at the price range from 500 to a million, that is actually picking up that inventory is up to 33.3% of the entire MLS. This is a great little thing for buyers, sellers, realtors, everybody, because it tells you more local than the big numbers that we always look at, total inventory. And yet you, as a practitioner in the marketplace, have even better numbers than I do, because you can actually go in there and do your community, your neighborhoods, and provide that information to the consumer. That's really where this rubber meets the road. $1 million and up properties sitting at 14.8. That's actually up just a little bit. So some of those properties that we took this past week must have been over $1 million. Looking at our spreadsheet, week over week analysis, year over year, and then month over month, 1763, it's better than 1646, but last year we were at 2486, and slide drives way over the right, that rules, to the left, that rule of thumb number of 2400, I can't impress upon us enough how important it is to get as many listings as we can. Everybody's saying, yeah, I know, I'd like to have more listings. No, we have to have in the MLS more listings. In another 2 months, if this market does take off, if what Matt says today in our mortgage minute is that rates are still planning on, maybe coming down, it's going to eat up this inventory, and we are going to be in a world of hurt. So that's real important.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I'll stop by this weekend for my listing presentation for you and Lynn. We'll get your house on the market. So
there you
let's
go.
do that.
Yeah, give me 2.2. You're done. 12,849 is the inventory this past week. Little slide, like we said. Yeah, it looks good when you look at last year and the year before, but we don't really want to return to last year or the year before from a buyer's perspective, and that will just put additional brakes on the economy. 561 of these properties is coming soon. 10,084 single family detached. Builder market declined just a little, 2,574. 12,800 non-distressed properties, and again, less than 0.4%. So not even a half of 1% is representative of the foreclosure or distressed properties. Pending, yeah, this is something we've been looking at. We want to get closer to 48 to 500, 5,000, 5,200 properties. 5,200 pending at any one time. If we don't have the inventory, we don't really want this number to grow. Sure, we all want more business, but if this number this is the average number of properties in escrow at any one time throughout the month, and we report this week over week. 4,700 is about where we were last year, 5,800 2 years ago. It belongs at 5,500. However, if we're not taking the inventory, we don't want it to really grow that much, because then it'll obviously consume so much more. We'll be in that multiple offer scenario. 1,609 versus 1,900 last year, closed units month to date. It's not quite mid or late month, so it's not really a good number to take a look at. But again, closings, we're still not seeing any closings as it relates to short sales and foreclosures that I would say to you, oh, you're missing a market. Go learn more about this. Month supply at 1.86, 53.67% is our absorption rate. 560,971 is the average sales price this particular week. And if you look last year, we're at 595. So again, we want to talk about just, looking historical. We're just, the prices have come down. If we do go into another recession, which is, some of the conversations on the wall, are we going to see prices even go down further? That's going to depend, on the consumer price index and, whether people are willing to spend the money or not, or they're just going to sit tight. So we'll see how that market, and we will let you know as soon as I see indicators that say that that's happening. 96 days for active, 76 days on market for closed for sold units. Here's the, if there's a green sweet spot in everything, it's really the fact that we're at a 97.7% list price to sale price retention. This means that when you go to negotiate from a buyer's perspective, it's more a typical relationship right now, negotiation, than it has been when this is at 97.8, 97, somewhere right around there, as you see way over on the left, the rule of thumb. This means that the sellers are willing to negotiate and the buyers are able to receive a reduction in the list price. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get a reduction in the list price and then be able to pick up another 3 to 5% on concessions, but you pick the sweet spot. What does your consumer need from a buyer's perspective? But this leaves clues, and it really talks that we're in a much more balanced market. These are different places you can find our podcasts. I always recommend go to youtube.com/West USA Realty. That way you get to look at all of the different podcasts that we have out there. All right, that's the numbers for today. And Mike, take it over.